What's up, everybody? It's Brandon. I'm back with another knee-jerk reaction review. This one will probably be a little bit quicker because I'm pressed for time, and y'all have no idea the amount of shit I got to do today. But being a big fan of the Rocky franchise, I had to finally put this video out because I've been playing catch-up, as I said. That, of course, is Rocky vs. Drago, the Rocky IV director's cut. And basically, I'm just going to jump in. I guess there'll be spoilers in here. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing, isn't it? It's not like I'm giving spoilers away for an ending, but I am telling you scenes within the movie potentially in this review, so proceed with caution. I'm not going to dance around those things, and honestly, I don't even know how descriptive I will get. We'll just see how it plays out. Proceed, if you will. This director's cut overall, even though there is a whole lot in this, I don't think you'll really notice too much if you're not a huge fan of the Rocky franchise. I will say it is definitely a little more dramatic than I thought, but also not quite as, dialed up with the music video portion. It somehow keeps that. Like in the beginning, I thought that's exactly what it was going to be. It was going to be this thing where it was all about Apollo, and they're going to kind of cut a lot of the awesome 80s soundtrack, but they managed to kind of keep a lot of that all while keeping, a lot of that 80s soundtrack that pumps you up and makes you love the movie so much. I think it's a little deeper. There's a little bit more to it here in this director's cut. But at the same time, I also sit there and tend to feel like it does subtract from, the pacing a bit. But at the same time, yet again, you do get those pump you up moments almost at the same clip. It feels like a longer movie, and it is, but it's only longer by 2 minutes, I originally had thought he was going to take the 40 minutes and was going to be added on with the movie already in place. So I was expecting, normally it's a 91-minute movie, that it was going to be, 130 minutes, And I looked at it and Rodney was going to get it on his Vudu since we missed the fucking premiere, asshole. He was supposed to let me know when it was ready to go because I'm such a big Rocky fan. Of course, some other people in the group are too. But he ended up dropping the ball on that. I put it in his hands. I was like, Rodney's got us, and he did not let me know. Somebody posted a movie ticket on there, and I was like, oh my God, we're missing the one night only event. So I basically was like, motherfucker, buy it on your Vudu. And when he was going to buy it on his Vudu, he's like, that can't be right though. It's only 2 minutes longer. And then we looked into it more, and we're like, holy shit, this is half of the movie's different if there's 40 more plus minutes of footage. But for it to be that much, if it really is indeed that much, it does feel like a lot, but not quite that much. That's a lot of fucking movie to be, put in there. To take up half of the fucking film, that's what it would have to be. 40 plus minutes is added in, and it's only been added 2 more minutes of film. How is this possible? But yet and still, this, let me just say, man, this is good. It's quality. There's certain scenes, I'll touch on a couple, more on the emotional side of things, because I'm more, prone to liking the side of Rocky that's more 1 and 2, where it's more about dramatic, it's the underdog, it's not bigger than life. Don't get me wrong, I love the pump you up music video style of Rocky, the original Rocky IV, which is here a bit too, as I said. But I liked some of the dramatic moments. So this is where I'll talk a little bit of spoilers. I think a little bit of the shit in the beginning with Apollo, there's some added scenes. I get why they would cut that out in the original version. It does kind of ruin the momentum and the feel of the film to some degree. But then you also have other things in the movie that are slow that do work well, that kind of slow it down. Of course, Rocky at Apollo's grave. I always wanted an emotional scene right there. In this one, you do get that. You do get a bit of Rocky, crying, and he gives an emotional speech that's really short-lived, but it's powerful, and I'm just like, damn, dude, this is what I needed in the first one. So, definitely add that in. The longer, fights with, Apollo and everything that's extended with that, definitely add that in. And then, of course, there's a scene with Adrian. She obviously doesn't come to Russia to visit Rocky, but in the middle of his training or whatever, he sees a vision of her and she talks to him. I like that there, that could be considered oh, you're getting in the way of the training montage. But for me, I like that as levity to show the emotional center that Rocky is, at the end of the day. And to have that in the movie, it's nice. It's nice. So for me, it's a half and half, but I won't really know which cut I like better till I give it repeat viewings. Because, like I said, even though you get a little bit of that music video style pump you up feel of the original, there is a little bit of pumping your brakes here where you kind of do slow down. But at the same time, damn it, man. Like, I don't know, dude. See, that's how torn I am on all this. Like, I don't even know which one I would choose. But at the end of the day, I think I'm leaning towards, even though I like the, oh my God, it's even hard to say, the original cut, but just by like a fucking hair. I think an even better cut is the original cut, but then you just add in like the couple scenes I talked about plus the extended fight scenes. It's tough, man. I keep going back and forth on this review because I just can't choose. I tried to before this, and I was like, maybe once I get going and I get passionate about it and I talk more about it, I can really feel which one I like more. But that, at the end of the day, that's what you need to know, is that I don't think you'll notice too much of a difference because it's nothing like major in the movie that's different if you're not a big Rocky fan. But at the same time, though, if you are a big Rocky fan, you will catch on to those differences. And you'll probably end up being just like me, where you're kind of torn. Like, it's complicated. Which one do you like more? And I honestly think an even better cut can be made of this film, where you drop not the 40 minutes as added in, and you just add in, you know, your 3 or 4 scenes that were really, really warranted here. So, yeah, that's Rocky, the director's cut. I would give a score, but I'm going to leave this one scoreless just because I haven't gave out my Rocky 4 score yet, and I'm a super Rocky fan. So I don't want to give anything away because you can probably put 2 and 2 together if I said I don't know if I like this cut more than this cut. So let's just throw out a random number. Let me say I gave it a 7. So if I gave it a 7 and I said that I like this cut, for instance, how I'm back and forth, it's at least in the ballpark. That would mean that you would know my score to Rocky 4 is at least in the ballpark of a 7. I don't want that. We're going to keep that under wraps. Just know it's a definite watch. If you're a Rocky fan, you do need to see it and decide for yourself. It's definitely not a waste of time. And I'll even say for the people that aren't Rocky fans, even though I don't think you'll notice as much as like the diehard fans, it's still worth watching just for tapping back into some Rocky 4 alone. And it's not like this is, I couldn't see anybody watching this and thinking like they demolished this movie. What did they do? So watch this for sure. Come on, guys. Love y'all. Rocky vs. Drago. Peace.